Hi guys, this is Casual and welcome to a NerdHammer.net battle report. This is the third game of my Outside the Box tournament I just went to here in January of 2014. So here's game 3. Let's get into it. Scenario objectives in game 3. Very simple. Smash face. That's it. You get bonus points for killing generals, that type of thing. Most expensive unit, I believe. And for my second game in a row, I roll up demons. And here's what I got. Pretty much the same thing as last game. Moonface, Final Trans, Sig, on the other Herald. Horror units, same. Maybe this is a different game, I don't know. But anyway, that's what it's looking like. This guy has a great looking demon army. Got the old school Diaz demonettes and the Seekers. Very cool looking army. Really, as soon as I walked in the door and saw this guy, I was like, wow, they're beautiful. So he has a big block of demonettes here, 2 skull cannons anchor in the middle. On this side, he has a big block of pink horrors with a Herald of Tzeentch in there. He has the Keeper of Secrets in behind, some Chaos Dogs, or Corn Dogs, and a unit of Seekers here with his BSB in there. So on my side, on the right side, I have a Burning Chariot. I have my Plague Bear, or my Plague Drones, and my Burning Chariot in behind, another unit of pink horrors in behind there. For the skull cannons, I'm setting it up to protect my Bloodthirster. I have the Beast and then another skull cannon there, so he's going to have to get through all that to get to the Bloodthirster. My Plague Bear's in the middle with my Furies, another unit of pink horrors with Moonface, and I have my Demonettes out here on the flank. There is a building, I believe, right in the center there where those Demonettes are, and they're going to try to get up around there. So he gets the first turn. This is the third time I have not gone first this tournament, which kind of sucks. His Seekers come up pretty cautiously for Seekers, in my opinion. His Keeper comes up, and the Dogs move up also. Center of the lines hold back with his cannons. Demonettes rush up, and I think it was actually the Reign of Chaos table that killed this Herald. We kind of made a mistake on the one result. We didn't realize it was demonic instability mages, and we randomized all our mages, and his Tzeentch Herald was the one that took it. So he's gone. And over here in his shooting, he takes out one beast. He takes out my skull cannon, and I believe, yeah, he does a wound to the Bloodthirster too. So wow, that's some hell of a cannon shots. I realize now why people hate skull cannons. So turn 1 Thirster of Chaos, I move my Demonettes up to fly around that building, and I move my Furies up to get in the way, or give me the option to get in the way of a couple of his units as they're moving up in the middle. Over here I don't do too much, I'm just kind of holding my center, and on this side I'm moving up. I drop my other chariot back a little bit because the Seekers have a pretty easy charge into the right one if I would have moved up and tried to shoot at him. And my other chariot, I probably should have placed him in a better position. He's a little too close to those Seekers. And the Reign of Comedy table goes off, and those are my rolls for his units that had to take tests. So that was it's a hell of a roll. Reign of Comedy takes some of the pink horrors away and does a shitload to the Seekers. He lost 6 Seekers to the Reign of Comedy table. That's ridiculous. And of course my cannon here misfires. What else is new? Turn 2 Keeper of Chaos. The remaining Seekers do get in on this chariot, and this was just a stupid move. I don't know why I had him so close. So they're going to get in there. Hopefully that chariot can hold. His dogs come in with Plague Drones. I am A-okay with this one. Those dogs are kind of tough on the charge, but I am toughness 5. It's going to take a lot for him to eat through those. And the way it's set up, my beasts have a good counter charge right into the flank of those dogs. If he overruns and goes into my Bloodthirster, all the same, the Thirster should tear them up pretty easy. Reign of Comedy table yet again kills 2 of my Demonettes and explodes my other chariot. Awesome. So his shooting, he goes after the beast, and one of them's down to 1 wound left. The number 3 there, I actually got Warp Flame from one of his spells. He shot at my guy. So I have a 3-up regen on my beast, which is pretty awesome. Not sure what this is showing. I think he killed one of my pink horrors somehow. I think it was an overshot. So on my instability test for my plague drones who actually lost combat, I roll snake eyes and I get all my wounds back. So as you see there, I took one dog off, which is awesome, and I have a full wounds plague drone unit fighting dogs that now lost 1 point of strength. So that's pretty awesome. It's pretty lucky. I always that's a great result, of course, for any instability roll. So after combat here, the Seekers do kill the chariot and overrun where the BSB is. That's where they are. That piece of terrain was a little awkward, so they couldn't all fit up there, and they're painted way too nicely for me to just, put them there and hope they fall over. But they're really cool models. They're so cool looking. Turn 2, Thirster of Chaos. I move my Demonettes up to the flank of his Demonettes, and I charge the beast into his corn dogs. And what the hell? I charge the pink horrors with my other metal mage into the keepers. Maybe the pink horrors can do it. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how well kitted his BSB is. That'll be the main issue. But just in case, I bring the Furies over. If they do get through those pink horror units, I could redirect them again. I bring my Thirster up here, and I wasn't sure if he had enough movement to get out of the front arc of the keeper. And then when I was trying to figure it out, I thought, what the hell? I mean, if the keeper wants to charge the Bloodthirster, that's a classic matchup. Let them fight it out. Lord versus Lord, classic Warhammer. Go to town. If I am out of the arc, so be it. I'm threatening the flank of the horrors. Move up my center lines a little bit now. I'm just trying to get in range of some spells and get the Plague Bearers up to hopefully handle those Demonettes coming in. Final Transmutation takes off almost a back rank of Seekers or Demonettes. I'm okay with that. After combat here, holy shit, the Seekers whooped up on the pink horrors. I guess that's kind of expected. But after my instability test, that's what I'm left with, so I got 1 rank. Here we pop the dogs, which is awesome. I reform to face the center lines. Turn 3, Keeper of Chaos. As we looked at it, we were pretty sure he was able to see him. We rolled off on a 4-5-6 he can, and he takes him in. So here's an epic combat. My keeper, or my Bloodthirst, only has 1 wound on it. His keeper doesn't have any. Khorne vs Slaanesh showdown, 2 lords. Let's see how it goes. Some shooting here. He kills. He puts a wound on one of my Beasts of Nurgle, which kills him, and he does another. It kills another plague drone with the other skull cannon. So depleting my blocks here. I need to get them in combat. I got to deal with those skull cannons somehow. After combat here, the Seekers pop the pink horrors, and after combat here, my Bloodthirster is dead for the 3rd game in a row. So sad. I did end up putting, I think, 3 wounds on the keeper. Damn. I was really hoping a Bloodthirster would show up. But with my Bloodthirster having always strikes first really didn't matter, because he would get rerolls anyway for fighting a demon of Slaanesh, and he gets rerolls, of course, with his Eternal Blade against my Bloodthirster for being Khorne. So it was a close battle. Ultimately, he won. So turn 3, Thirster of Chaos, or lack of. I bring the Demonettes into the flank of the Demonettes, and I bring my Beast of Nurgle in. I position them in a way that I would be touching his Herald that's in here, which is giving them always strikes first. In hindsight, this was bad positioning. I should have moved the Beasts over so that my Plague Bearers could get in. I can't quite fit them in between the house, so that was just kind of a poor play there. And my Beasts have a 3-up regen, so they're not going anywhere for a while. Over here I make a long bomb charge against his horrors with my plague drones, which I'm pretty happy about. If I can get some good combat res going there, hopefully I can pop that unit pretty quick. If not, I'm going to take a skull cannon to the flank if he wants to. The Furies, I just fly over to chaff up the Seekers. I know he can just fly, move right around them, but just give him the opportunity if he wants to try to get some points, or maybe, who knows, maybe the Furies can hold up. And then this happens. So I have the signature spell for on the pink horrors. It's D6 strength D6 hits. 24-inch range. I just decide to throw all my dice at it, and I get it off irresistibly, and I do 1 wound to him. So he has 1 wound left, and he has to take a toughness test for the Warp Flame special roll, and he fails it. So it does D3 wounds, and I get another wound through and kill the Keeper with the pink horror signature spell. That's awesome. It's cheesy, but it's awesome, especially after the epic combat. It's like, haha, you may have got the Keeper, but you didn't get this pink horror unit. So yeah, that was pretty epic. And the resulting miscast killed 2 pink horrors. Or 3 pink horrors, actually. So, yeah, I'll take that all day. After combat here, hey, we did a pretty good job against the Keepers. I think I'm in a challenge with one of my beasts and his Herald that's in there. This is a good-looking combat. I think, after a couple turns, I should be able to win this. If you notice, the Skull Cannon's at an angle that he can't really, get past there or be in the flank of the beast. So they're pretty protected where they are now. I wish they were over closer to the building, but this is the 3rd game of the tournament. I'm always spent by this time. Too much thinking. Turn 4 for Keeper of Chaos. He brings the Skull Cannon into the flank of the Plague Drones. That's initially going to hurt, but the Skull Cannon's good in combat. But with toughness 5, I should be okay. As you see, I took a couple pink horrors off there the last round. He takes his Seekers into my Furies, and some magic takes 1 wound off of my Plague Bears, which I'm happy to get through there. I don't think he has much magic left. I think it's just the pink horror unit has one of the spells, and he's just firing it off. After combat, Furies didn't do anything. Didn't kill any of the Seekers, and the Seekers overrun. And now they're threatening the rear of my Plague Bears or my horror unit. Man, the Plague Bears popped. God, this one really surprised me. He did pretty good impact hits, but just he did force an instability test on me, and it just didn't work out for my Plague Drones. So that's unfortunate. I thought I had a really nice long bomb charge there to get in on those pink horrors. Didn't really anticipate the Skull Cannon coming around, but in reality, didn't have much else to shoot at anyway. So that was a good move by my opponent, and easy points. After combat over here, the Demonites are really getting worn down. His Herald is just not doing anything to my beast. I think I actually have 1 wound on the Herald at this point. You can see I lost a Demonite or 2, but they're holding strong. Turn 4, Thirster of Chaos. This is when I realized, holy shit, I can't get in. So I'm moving my Plague Bearers around to threaten the Skull Cannons or the other horror unit. My Sig spell kills one of the Seekers. After combat here, down to 2 models left. Man, I would have loved to be able to break them and reform to face the other threats, but I should get them this turn or the next round of combat and be able to reform and see what else I can do here. It's a pretty close game at this point. It's really anybody's game. We're both down our lords and some casters. We'll see how it works out. Turn 5, Keeper of Chaos. He brings both Skull Cannons in and his BSB into the flank of the Plague Bearers. This is a good move for him. I think he's going to take a lot of those Plague Bearers off. Hopefully they don't pop and they stick around for another turn or two so I can get rid of those Demonettes and reform and hopefully get some other charges going on. I think this is after impact hits. He takes off 3 Plague Bearers. He also got Miasma on them, so they're down 1 weapon skill. Yeah, so after combat there, that's what I have left in the Plague Bearer unit. Not too bad. I mean, I have 13 out of 25 left. Now that I took the high strength impact hits, all the corn strength goes down, so they could be resilient. I think they might stick around a little bit. After combat here, yeah, I do kill off the demonettes and reform. Wasn't able to reform in a way that I wanted to. I needed to I want to get the beast in the side of the skull cannon, but the demonettes are just kind of in an awkward position where I really don't know where to go with them. I have one wound on one of my beasts there, so I finally got through one of those 3-up regens. Turn 5, Thirster of Chaos. So magic takes down some pink horrors. This unit's getting pretty low now. And after combat, I kill off one of the skull cannons, which is awesome. I didn't really take too many wounds on my plague bearers. It was at this point my opponent rolled his instability test for the skull cannon and got an 11. And he said, "Oh, I got a reroll," and he went to throw him. I'm like, "Wait, how do you get a reroll on your skull cannon?" And he said, "Well, I have the BSB." Like, "No, man, I'm sorry to tell you this, but there are different marks. You don't get a reroll." He looked up in a book and he was pretty surprised by that. I think he's more of like a 7th edition player that was playing in 8th. So, unfortunate to burst his bubble there, but yeah, I mean, if you could reroll your BSB for any mark in demons, that would be completely awesome. But otherwise, you can't. So this is what it looks like. Turn 6, Keeper of Chaos. He brings his pink horrors in to hopefully add to the combat res. I actually don't think this was that good of a move. We have the same weapon skill, so he's going to be hitting me on 5s and wounding me on 5s. Those horrors are just not going to be able to get any wounds through on the plague bearers, in my opinion. But it does give him a 1 point of combat res with the charge. After combat here, everything's still around. I think I lost one more plague bearer. I'm trying to get some wounds through on the cannon. I'm not sure how many I have there. I did kill one pink horror, and instability test, whether it was me or him, nothing happened. So, turn 6, Thirster of Chaos. So I decided to take Moonface and the pink horrors into the flank of the Seeker unit, which was a mistake because he cleaned up a bunch of pink horrors. His other pink horror is down to 3 monos left. I was unable to pop the skull cannon, and that's the end of the game. So the result, I did get a win. It was a 15-11. I was surprised. I thought I knew it was a really close game, but I didn't think I was up as many points as I was. So my tournament score overall was 48 out of 95, but paint score actually counted almost like it was another round of games. So I got 16 out of 20 for my paint score, and that actually factored into my tournament score, which I think is a little too much, which actually gave me 4th overall, which is insane, for basically going, 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw-ish. But I did win Best Painted. In this game, the star, definitely the Beast of Nurgle, they went in there against the Demonettes, and they really cleaned house. It was pretty awesome. I'm going to give the Demonettes the rock for the game because, they were just in there going against Demonette versus Demonette. It's, just roll the dice off. But they just kept being persistent and moving around the board real fast and getting into the right spots. And the piece of shit of the game is the Bloodthirster. Come on, man. You go up against the Keeper of Secrets, your most hated enemy, and you fail me? Come on, dude. You gotta do better than that. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching my 3-part series. This is the first time I ever did battle reports for a tournament. I felt pretty comfortable. I feel comfortable in my play and my speed of play that I can do it and take pictures and not completely annoy my opponent. As far as this list goes, I don't know. My last tournament I had a lot of luck with the Bloodthirster. This one, it was just absolutely awful. So revisiting my list for Crossroads and trying to come up with some kind of other game plan. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.